Alright guys, this is Hellfighter. This is Grid 2 live stream of Multiplayer, and basically the developers are going to be playing it with the Formula 1 manager. So this is, I'm not sure if this is the actual production, I doubt it. I don't think it's the production model of this game. That menu looks really nice though. Of course, I mean they unlocked all the cars I had to. Level 3 online, $7,000. I like that online. I mean that looks nice. They said it's going to start in 5 minutes, so it's probably about 3 or 4 minutes now in. So, and I have the chat. I have this on 2 screens. I have the game and recording and the audio on my TV, and I have the recording and chat stuff on my Mac here, so I can read the chat, and you guys don't have to worry about it being on the screen like the last video. I had both of them up, and I was kind of messing with the windows. Nobody liked that, so hopefully this will actually work a little bit better. So you guys don't see the chat, you can just enjoy the video, hear the audio. I did a little test, hopefully it's still working the way it was before. I'm not sure. I don't like my Astro mic. I just don't like it. It sounds dull. I'll try not to use it, but for the video, I mean, I'm gonna have to. I mean, my computer volume does so much better. My computer mic, it picks up my voice a lot clearly. This one sounds a little dull, so I'll have to edit my mic settings within ScreenFlow. So, let's see. Alright, we're 3 minutes in, basically. And, let's see, I'm not sure if they're gonna start it up or no. No 24-hour races, but you can do endurance races and set up for 40-minute races. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a lot better than the first game. The first game you couldn't even do, I think you couldn't even do a 15-minute race or a 10-minute race. So just reading the chat right here what they're saying. Are they gonna talk? I'm gonna turn the music off. By the way, this is live.
Hello, and welcome to live stream number 10 of Grid 2 Uncovered. This is our very last live stream before Grid 2 is out in the shops. We'll be out on Tuesday next week in America and Friday in the UK and the rest of the world. It's been a long old haul, but joining me this week, fan favourite, Ross, say hello.
Hello!
Joe, making his ever weekly return, say hello.
Howdy, guys.
Luke's also here. Luke, say hello.
Hello.
Ben's manning the chat box. Ben, say hello.
Hello.
And back at home with her feet up on the sofa is Sam. She's managing all of the social networks like Twitter and Facebook. Right, okay. We've got a lot we want to show you this week. It's been a long time. Actually, it's been a long time since we've spoke proper multiplayer and showed it off to you. So that's what we want to do today. It's sort of the last piece of content that we've got to show off. So this is a multiplayer sort of garage here. where you can select obviously all your cars from, tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you've bought the pre-order bonus, you can get the IndyCar as well. We'll be having more on that later. We're going to be showing off a special IndyCar race, since it's the Indy 500 this weekend. What we want to do though, just before we get onto any racing, we want to show you off some of the other features of sort of the online mode. So I'm just going to hop into the events and show you guys the global challenges that we've obviously shown off in the past. Ross, what can you tell us about global challenges and how do they work?
Well, Global Challenges is something we're really excited to bring out here in Grid 2, and it's all powered by RaceNet. And so what RaceNet will do is every week it'll give you 9 new events, which is a mixture of drift, overtake, checkpoint and power lap. And it's up to you to try and set your best performance in every single one across the space of 7 days, and to get a better kind of accumulative performance than all of your friends and rivals. And then at the end of the week, we give you a healthy XP and cash reward for your exploits.
Yeah, so obviously we haven't got... There's nobody sort of that's been online playing it because the game's not out, but that weekly leaderboard there, will that populate from your friends or will that populate globally?
It's your friends and your rivals there, because we know that your friends are the most important people to you when competing in this kind of thing. But then on the RaceNet website, we'll have the times globally, so you'll be able to see how you stack up against the rest of the world. But your rewards are just calculated against your friends.
Right, speaking a little bit about the rivals screen then, I'll hop into that there. Obviously we can access them all in the game. When you're actually looking at your rivals sort of in the game, this isn't the main place for them. We house all those on RaceNet, which is obviously our sort of companion website to Grid 2. It's going to be finished very soon. What can you tell us about RaceNet? Obviously we've got a new weekly rival that's been assigned to us down here at the bottom, so how has it decided who those people are?
So what RaceNet does is it looks at all the players around the world who will be playing Grid 2, and it kind of picks someone who's roughly a similar ability to you. Through all the data tracking we do, it can look at your performances and see how well you get on, and it'll look for people, as I say, who are similar ability to you and play at roughly a similar time of day, or a kind of active the same amount as you. For example, we don't want someone who's ploughing in 200 hours a week on the game to get paired up with someone who only plays for 2 minutes. So we try and match you based on how long you're playing. And that's your weekly rival automatically assigned to you. If you beat them on track, then you'll get a bit of a bonus. And they're also the ones that populate Global Challenge. We've got Custom Rival, where you can go to the RaceNet website and say, I want to compete against a guy who's really great at drifting and is from Croatia. And so you can find people based on search parameters. And then we have social rivals as well. So
that's what those blank boxes are, effectively, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you can set up to 4 social rivals in those blank ones. And what they come in handy for is if you've raced against a weekly rival and you thought that guy was really good, I'd really like to compete against him in the future again, you can add him by going to your rival's history on the website and assigning him to one of your social rival slots.
Okey-doke. Thank you very much for that, Ross. Something that you guys were asking for a lot, actually, just before we started the stream, you all wanted to see the vehicle upgrade sort of system that we've got built into Grid 2. So I'm going to hop into that now. I'll be able to show you off how it works, but I'm not actually at a high enough level yet. I've only put about an hour in this afternoon to build up some money and some cash, so we can't quite show you all of it just yet. But yeah, walk us through the upgrade system, Ross.
So we know that players want to be able to customise their cars in particular ways. So what we've done is we've broken it down into a really easy to use method of upgrading your engine, your drivetrain, gears, and handling. So that if you're happy with most of the way that one car behaves, but you think you could do with a bit more grip in the corners, you can spend a little bit of in-game money on improving the handling. you can upgrade all the components on your car and actually bump it up into the next tier. So, for example, if you've got the classic 1970s Mustang, you can upgrade it to compete against the modern equivalent.
It also changes the look of the cars when you do that as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the vast majority of cars, when you bump it over into the next tier, it'll apply kind of a visual modification. So you might see some body kits or some spoilers or things like that popping up, and you know, it just allows you to kind of have a bit of a different vehicle to everybody else out there if you take the time and effort to upgrade it all the way.
Okey-doke. Right, and very quickly, because I know it's another thing that people want to see a lot of, we have shown it before in past live streams, but I'll just show you how to quickly customise your livery. So this is one that I made up earlier. I'm not too keen on sort of how it's laid out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this here. You can see that we've got all of the liveries that are available in the single player of Grid. Some of them are locked off, so you unlock those as you level up through the game, as we've seen with the upgrade system as well. So how do we basically up our level? Is it just as simple as winning races?
Well, yeah, ultimately. The best thing I'd say to do is get out there and get into the online playlists, because they offer double rewards. So you'll get twice the amount of XP, twice the amount of cash, and you can really start to level up really quickly. Online playlists are kind of an automatically generated roster of events, so no one ever has a host advantage. No one can ever say, oh well, I really like this particular track, so I'm going to do a 5-round race on this, and you kind of feel that they're doing better than they should be. Playlists completely even the playing field, and yeah, a really lucrative way to get through the levels quicker, unlock some cooler patterns, unlock some bigger sponsors, things like that.
So obviously we've got the sponsors here, which they actually have an impact on the single player mind of the game. Do they do anything in multiplayer, or are they just purely cosmetic?
They're just purely cosmetic, just to make you look as cool as possible. So yeah, if you've got a brand that you have a particular affinity to, you can stick that all the way down the side of your car, and yeah, just put out there whatever you want, really.
Okay, right. I've changed my livery a little bit. It's not going to cost me much because I haven't done a lot. So let's purchase that now.
Looking good.
Okay, right. We're good to go. What we're going to do, I'm hoping this is going to work, because we tested it yesterday and it did, but we're going to try actually play a multiplayer race with you guys. So Joe and Luke, you guys are off into the other room.
Bye-bye for now.
You should be set up. Right, okie doke. So let's hop over into events now and into online. Okay, so here we are. Couple of different options here. Oh, I've just done the invite for Ben. I'll accept that as well, actually. Bear with me a second. Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing on the screen. What do the different sort of options do, Ross?
So the online custom event is where you can set up a race however you want. You and your friends, you all get together in a party and then go in there, and if you all particularly like drift, then you can choose to do a 5-round drift event. The online playlist, as I say, is the place to get double rewards, and we'll try and fill up all the sessions. You'll be dropped into a lobby, so you might sit there and wait for the end of one race, and then you're automatically in for the next one.
Let's show off online playlists, actually. So yeah, you've got those different options there for everything racing and alternative.
Yep, that's right, and we know that people out there who like just the pure racing, they don't want to do anything except first past the post kind of stuff. So that's what the racing playlist is all about. Alternative is all the other game modes we have in the game, where kind of scores and skill, as it says on screen there.
So it's like checkpoint and drift.
Yep, absolutely. And then we have an everything playlist. So if you really want the ultimate in variety, go in there and you'll be served up a revolving roster of varied content.
Right, okay. We're not going to be doing that today, though. Sorry, excuse my cough. We're hopping into online custom event, so we can sort of pick and choose what it is that we're going to be doing.
Yep.
Okie doke. Let's go into create game. Another option you have here is whether or not you want to allow other players to sort of play with downloadable content. I'm going to say yes. The downloadable content, that's the stuff basically like the pre-order bonuses. So if you want to be doing sort of the tier 4 races when the game first comes out, but you don't want to have to go up against people that might have some of the other cars unlocked, you can turn that off and then they won't be able to use their sort of DLC cars. But likewise, if you're somebody who bought one of the DLC cars, switch it on, set up the lobby, and you'll all be able to use everything you've got.
One other thing you might notice in here actually is the coloured icons next to each player's name. That's the impact rating system that we've kind of talked a little bit about in the media stuff we've done with Grid. So everybody would start the game with a yellow impact rating, which is kind of the neutral colour. And then if you race cleanly and are well behaved, stick to your lines, don't cause pile-ups, then your rating will go up to green. So you can see there Ben's tag, he's got a green one because he's behaved himself out on track. And then if you're really super careful over a long period of time, race really cleanly, then you'll go up to a white impact rating, kind of diamond standard. So you'll see Cody Z there. He's obviously been very careful when racing around. If you are prone to causing pile-ups, then your rating will go to orange and then through to red. And this is so we can pair you up with other players who race in the same way as you do, so that the guys who are out there and really stick to their lines and kind of operate a no contact policy will get paired up against with each other, and those who are a bit more body contact happy can be matched up as well. If you find that you've got an orange or a red rating over time, what you can do is decide to clean up your act and start being careful, and you'll see your rating improve, and then you'll get matched up with the clean players again.
Okay, right. I'm just going to find our first event. I know we're going to do it at night. I can't remember what it was called, Ben. Was it that one?
Yeah, screw pass.
Right, okie doke. Hit back on that. Right, who wants to drive for us, Ross?
Go on, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay, there you go. There's going to be a cheat to this because I'm going to have to get you to talk as well.
Well, I'll have to press the up, down, left, right auto drive cheat then, won't I? Yeah. Okay, I'll kick this off.
Pro tip: watch out for Luke. Luke is a lot better than you think Luke will be. We're going to be doing this first race. We're going to be doing this in the hot hatches. So it's sort of cars like the Ford Focus, the Alfa Romeo, and the VW Golf. We'll go with the Alfa Romeo that we'd already set up earlier. All we've got to do now is just sort of wait a couple of seconds for people to obviously sort of pick their car. Ben's already cheating in the Subaru BRZ. No, come on, Ben. Change your car quick, Ben.
Oh, I think he's gonna. He's pretending to take his time.
I was reading the chat box.
Yeah, you were reading the chat box.
Well, hopefully he'll keep on reading the chat box while racing, so that me talking and racing won't be such a disadvantage.
He has got quite a lot on, to be fair. Right, okay, so obviously we've filled this up with AI because there's not quite enough of us sort of online to play with. Does the AI sort of balancing or anything differ from when you're playing the single-player game? Is it a challenge to have, I suppose, 4 players on the track getting in the way of the AI as opposed to 1 player for single-player?
No, the AI will kind of stick to the principles we set it. I mean, we can set up to 50 different parameters for every AI driver in the game to kind of make them feel really, really human and real. They'll stay out of our way. I think if you start tapping them about, they will retaliate.
See, that's Luke. I told you.
Yeah, I think I'll have to keep my eye on him.
He got the better of you there, mate.
Yeah, he did. I think I completely lost sight of what line I was supposed to be taking. Thanks for that. Whoever that was Ben. Brilliant. Yep. Let's see.
So that will have affected Ben's impact rating now in theory.
Yeah, I mean he'll be able to kind of have a little tap or two, and it won't matter too much. But if we find that in braking zones he's just ploughing into the back of people, then yeah, that will start to affect his rating quite a bit. Someone just just parking anywhere he wants out on track.
There's Joe getting dirty. It's nice to see him winning something for a change.
But yeah, you can kind of see all the mountain ranges in the background as well. I've got to be careful not to enjoy the scenic route too much. I should probably try and get back on Joe's tail.
Is there a fine line between sort of balancing the sort of what's going on in the background to make sure it's not too distracting for the player?
Yeah, I think if we were firing off strobe lights at every corner, then yeah, that would be the wrong thing to do. So we kind of let the art guys go out on research trips for certain areas. Not this track in particular, because this is a fictional track. But they would have been out and to areas similar to what their vision for the track was. Have a look around, see what the place is like, see whether putting a mountain range in the background is the best idea. And I mean, you then look across at some of our tracks like Paris, for example. They've been quite careful to set the track up and position it so that the Eiffel Tower will come into view when you go down certain straights. So yeah, it's a balancing act to kind of make everything look beautiful, but also not be utterly distracting.
I think we've got a question coming in. The in-game sound needs turning up apparently.
Oh, really? They've just had to listen to my voice rather than the engine. Yeah. I can understand that would be immensely disappointing.
I'll tell you what we'll do for this next race, because we're going to be showing off a fan favourite, we're going to be showing off the Chevy Cruze again, which we showing off last week and people absolutely loved. And we're going to show that on, I suppose, sort of a classic touring car track, which is Brands Hatch. So I'll just set that up there. Okay, I'm happy with all of those. Into the track section, Brands Hatch. Right, that one.
No, I'll go for GP circuit.
Oh, GP reversed, yeah, GP. How many laps we feeling like? 3?
Yeah, 3's good.
Right, 3 laps. Okie doke. Somebody asked for this actually in the chat box earlier. What was the name? I forgot. That's the reason we're doing it, and I forgot the guy's name.
Midnight Racer 56.
Yeah, this is for you, Midnight Racer 56. Okie doke, right, let's back out of that.
Change the tier of the car.
Yes, I'm not paying attention. See, this is why they don't normally let me use the pad when I'm doing the live stream.
Between us, we should just about manage to
get
this done in the end.
Right, okie doke, I think we're all good to go. Let's hit start on that. Okay, right. We're going to pick the Chevy Cruze, and I'll turn the audio off and let you guys enjoy.
I realised all the way through that one that I had to crept out into first or second, so I'm like, shit, right, can't slam the brakes on. But
What was the in-game sound from? Oh. There you go, guys. That's Touring Cars on Brands Hatch. Ben's trying to write me a message. I'll wait until he's finished. Obviously, there was you might have overheard us sort of talking actually while we were playing the race. We didn't think it had come through. One of the things that I sort of noticed is I noticed that the AI, there are a lot of other different types of cars in Tier 2. Obviously, you've got the touring cars, you've got things like the Audi TT and stuff like that. Will it always sort of try and pair them up to make sure that something else that's not a lot better than you in Tier 2? It's not going to fill one of the AI cars with one of those, is it?
Well, it's whenever you select a Tier 2 car, all the AI will always be in Tier 2 cars as well. And all of our cars, even, no matter where they're from, whether they're European, Asian, American, they're all balanced off against each other over a complete lap. So some of them might be a bit quicker on the straights, some of them might be a bit quicker in the corners, but ultimately you'll always be getting a fair fight. And then if you pick some of the kind of the more motorsporty vehicles, we encourage the AI to pick motorsporty vehicles as well. So you should get a good feeling for whatever kind of racing you want to do. But yeah, don't worry, you won't be picking a Tier 1 and the AI goes out there in an Indy car and laps you every half lap. Have no worries.
Right, okay. Oh, I backed out of that by accident and didn't pick the right one. Yeah, that's fine, that's updated. Okie doke, right. So we're going to be showing off the Indy car now. It's something that, again, you guys have wanted to see for a long time, and it's the Indy 500 this weekend, so this is almost a salute to all you Americans out there. Thanks for tuning in. Also, a happy holiday this weekend as well. And I hope you enjoy the Indy 500. Okay, so, Ross, what can you tell us about the Indy car? Why is it so different from all of the others in the game?
It's such a grippy car. It's unbelievable. You know, you can really have faith in it. Every time you hit a corner, that it's gonna go where you put it. Whereas, you know, some of our other vehicles are kind of power slide centric. This one is really about picking your line and going for it. And, we know how much love there is out there for it, and so it's something we felt we really had to bring into the game.
Okay, it is worth mentioning that the IndyCar is actually one of our pre-order bonuses as well. If you'd like to pre-order a version of Grid 2 which has got the IndyCar with it, all you need to do is visit preorder.gridgame.com or swing by the Steam page for Grid as well, and you'll be able to pick it up there. I'm going to turn down the audio again this time so that you guys can enjoy the wailing from the IndyCar. A bit of trouble with that there at the start, didn't you, matey?
Yeah, I think I'm probably a bit heavy-handed on the steering. I mean, Joe's the real master of that one. As he approaches the banks, just ease the steering across. Whereas I think I must have thought I was in a rally car, and so flicked the steering around all over the place.
Decided to go up the wall.
Yes, yeah, there was that. Yeah, thankfully, we had the visual only damage on for this one, so I wasn't going to rip my wheels off. But of course, we do have the full mechanical damage out there. So for you guys who would prefer people like me who wall ride like that to have a wheel break off and be out, that's in there for you.
Right, okay, what are we going with next? Next up, we're going with another favourite. It's been a favourite of ours for, I suppose, sort of all of the Grid 2 live streams that we've been doing. Actually, I like showing it off whenever we can. We're going to be showing off the BAC Mono. I know I ask everybody this every week, but Ross, what can you tell us about the BAC Mono?
It's super lightweight, super grippy. Obviously not as lightweight and not as grippy as the IndyCar, but yeah, it's a real track day monster. It's such fun to drive, and we're really lucky. We have a really close relationship with the guys down at BAC, and I do believe earlier on today
they've got the guy out at the at GP.
Yeah, that was the Twitter picture.
Yeah.
Which, well, I was going to tell the guy. You'll see our Grid 2 logo on his overalls. Really nice to see that getting retweeted on our Twitter.
Oliver Webb, that's his name. He's racing in the GP2, which is on. Is it on just before the F1?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, it's on just before the F1. So if anybody nobody in Monaco is going to be watching this, are they?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe someone's sitting out there in the Café de Paris with a laptop, checking out the grid live stream. You never know.
Right, okie doke. We're going to be doing a live routes race now. Obviously, it's something which features in the single player quite a lot. It's not something. Well, we haven't shown any multiplayer, so it's not something that we've shown. But this will be the first time that we've shown this on multiplayer. Is there a difference to how live routes works between multiplayer and single player?
Not really. No, I mean the challenge of the track stays the same. You're never going to be able to pick what it is. We've been careful to make sure that everyone's track route syncs up. So I mean it's as good in multiplayer as it is in single player, definitely.
Is it quite a difficult thing, sort of coming up with a live route system? Obviously, it's a bit sort of out there. It's new tech. It's not something that's existed in another game before.
Well, it was kind of an idea that got bandied around in a meeting once, and someone said, "Oh, I think we could get a bit of tech to prove how that would work." And then we played around with it and continued to refine it, iterate it. And then when we announced it at the Expo last year, that was when we knew that we had to get it out there and prove to the world it works. And I think what we've come out with is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, really pleased with how that's developed over time.
Okay, this is a live routes on Paris. That was some pretty tidy racing there, mate.
Thanks very much. Yeah, there was one bit when I got a bit worried. I got a bit of air, and thought I was gonna stack into the next barrier. But yeah, no, it's a nice place to race around, really.
Right. Okay. We've had a request on the chat box. We're going to be doing the GT3 race next. Do you think you're up to doing the GT3 race with mechanical damage on?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, why not?
Without trying to mechanically damage your car?
Yeah, let's go for it. I think if I lose a wheel on the first corner and it's all over, then I'll hang my head in shame and walk quietly out of the room, never to be seen again.
We'll watch in spectate mode. Okay, this is going to be scary because it's the first time we've ever showed that off as well. Okay, let's change the settings. I think we're going to show another fan favourite actually. We showed this for the very first time last week. We went to Yas Marina. People absolutely loved it. We're really pleased with the feedback that we've had from you guys sort of after the live stream last week, sort of while it was going on as well. Everybody in the studio was really happy that you sort of loved the track like you did, and obviously it's lighting effects and everything like that, because it's a very well-known track, so it's a very important thing for us to, and we want to get it right, basically.
It's an absolutely awesome track. You know, they don't call it the diamond in the desert for nothing. It really is incredible, and the variety of racing they have out there in real life. You know, we hope we can provide a sort of satisfying cross section of some of that. But yeah, it's a really great place to race.
I just realised, whoa, that was close. I didn't turn the mechanical damage on. Right, that's in there. Damage, full damage. Right, okay, this is going to get messy, I think. That was close. I'm going to give you free reign of what car you want to pick, actually.
Oh, really?
This is going to be complete. As I've turned mechanical damage on, I think it's only fair.
Thanks very much. It's very generous of you.
So when it comes to sort of the Tier 4 cars, what is your normal go-to?
I am a fan of Pagani Huayra, I must admit. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go for today. Oh, I could just go for the Huayra, couldn't I, and stick to what I know and love.
That's brave for Yas. I think the Audi might be a good choice.
Yeah, we'll go Audi. I've always enjoyed this one whenever I've had to race it against journalists and the like. So yeah, let's see how we get on.
That was some clean racing, mate. But you do need some practice on a few of those corners, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, well, I can't decide now whether to just make a raft of excuses or whether to just stay quiet and just soak it up. But yeah, you know, I'm a kind of a wheel and pedals kind of guy.
So now that's excuses.
I'll just stay quiet.
Okay, right. Well, that was all we've got time for this week. Like I said, this was our very last live stream. It's been great having you all along. We want to thank everybody who's obviously tuned into all of the past live streams as well. If you want to catch up on any of them, swing by our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/gridgame. Also, as well, if you want to keep up to all the news, we're going to be doing sort of competitions and events. We've got loads going on sort of from tomorrow onwards, actually, really. There's going to be plenty of grid news and things happening. So we want you to join us. Next week as well, on Thursday, we're going to... sorry, excuse me. We're going to be doing another live stream. It's going to be different, though. We're going to want to get you guys involved next week, so we're going to be doing sort of play dates. Best thing to do is follow us on Facebook and Twitter, which is facebook.com/gridgame or twitter.com/gridgame. They'll probably be fairly spontaneous. We'll give you as much warning as we can. But yeah, we'll just be firing up the game. We'll let you know what console, let you know what gamer tag to keep an eye out for. You can jump in and join us, and maybe if you beat a few of us, which if Ross is driving, I imagine you will, we'll perhaps give out some t-shirts and some Grid 2 merchandise to all of you hardcore guys. There's not much else left to say, really. If you've liked what you've seen tonight, like I said earlier, pop over to preorder.gridgame.com. You'll be able to see sort of your local pre-order bonuses and which retailers have got which packs. Don't worry if there's two that you kind of want, or maybe even more of them that you kind of want. You will be able to buy all of the DLC, the pre-order bonuses, sort of from the Xbox Live Marketplace or the PSN, respectively, just after launch. If you guys are ordering on Steam, Ben will drop a link in the chat box now to the Steam page. All you need to do is obviously just sort of go through to that. You can pre-order. We've got the whole reward system going on. Pre-ordering the game now will get you sort of the first two pre-order bonus packs. It'll also get you a free copy of Grid 1, and if you can get it up to the top tier, you'll get all of the pre-order packs and the free copy of Grid 1. That'll apply to everybody who's pre-ordered. I believe are they about half of the way there, Ben?
Yeah, closing in on 60%.
Closing in on 60% of the last tier, so you've got till Tuesday.
Not long now.
It's not long now, so get those in. It's been great having you all along. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you next week.
Alright guys, that was a live stream of multiplayer. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a rate, comment, rating, subscribe, all that cool stuff. I'll see you back in the next game, whatever it will be, if I decide to play any games. Also, I already pre-ordered it on PSN, so I'm just waiting for the game to come out Tuesday, and I'll download it. I'm not sure, should I do a walkthrough of the campaign, or should I go straight to multiplayer and start leveling up? I'm not sure. Whatever it will be, it should be fun. Just leave a comment in the description if you guys want to see the campaign or the multiplayer first. Either one I'll do. So, in the meantime, peace out.